What's going on, beautiful people? I hope you guys are doing excellent today. I am Carrington Brown, your relationship expert. And before we get into today's video, I want to remind you, we got a couple spots left for the One with Nature Walk in Dallas, Texas on next Saturday. If you're in the DFW Metroplex, nearby surrounding cities, or you just want to come into Dallas and experience the Big D and just have a time to kick it with your boy and some more awesome people, we'd love to have you. We're going to communicate, we're going to walk, we're going to talk, but most importantly, we're going to create a space, a place, and an environment to where you have permission to breathe and just be transparent and be authentic, all right? So once again, August 20th, next Saturday, would love to have you there. Okay, so let's get into today's video. So other day I was doing an Instagram live and I was just randomly just speaking off just tips for navigating dating, relationships, and marriage. And one of the things that I expressed was create a community or an ecosystem in your relationship for transparent communication. And one individual asked the question of, well, how do I do that? As a woman, how do I create an environment in my relationship to where my man, my boyfriend, my husband feels safe communicating and being transparent with me? And so I answered it, but now I want to answer to y'all because y'all wasn't on my Instagram live, and I want to make sure that y'all get this information, right? So queens, all my ladies, I need y'all to tune in real quick, right? Because this is a life or death of relationships conversation, all right? So look, first things first, when we look at the transparency of a man, we first have to understand that it's a fragile thing. And so because it is fragile, we want to make sure that you want to make sure that, one, when a man chooses to be intentional with communicating, with being transparent, you want to make sure that you're being fragile with it, right? So let's start at the beginning, right? In order for a man to even start opening up to you, first thing you have to do as a woman is be a safe space for him, right? And what that looks like is, one, invest in a relationship, prioritize him, listen when he speaks, and just allow him to see you being safe spaces for other people, right? Because if you're being safe spaces for other people, that's going to increase the confidence in your significant other, in your male, your boo thing, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, to be more transparent with you, right? If you'll be safe for them, then why wouldn't you be safe for him? Second thing you want to make sure that you're doing is that you let him know that he can be transparent, right? As men, a lot of us get raised up with the belief that our feelings and emotions don't matter. We don't need to talk, we just need to do. And so because of that, as a woman, if you desire for your man to be more transparent and expressive to you, you have to be intentional about letting him know, hey, babes, listen, I want you to talk to me. I want you to express yourself with me. I want you to be transparent with me, right? So you want to express to him that you desire that, because if you express to him that you desire that, it's going to be on his mind that, okay, boom, let me check with myself and let me make sure that, hey, this is an individual that I actually feel comfortable speaking with. And it's necessary. Like, let's just be honest. It is mandatory as men, right, for us men to be transparent with our wives, with our fiancés. Because if marriage is a partnership and marriage has a mission, it's not possible to accomplish the mission that God gave us for our marriage if we're not in alignment in our marriage, right? So we want to make sure that man knows that, hey, babes, I want you to be transparent with me. I want you to be open with me, right? So be that safe space, but then let him know, hey, I want you to be transparent. Then the last thing most important thing, right? I kind of said it earlier, but the last thing you're going to have to do is when that man says, hey, you know what? Let me take a step. Let me take a risk. Let me step out and be transparent with my feelings, emotions, thoughts, all of those beautiful things. When a man does that as a woman, you want to be intentional about being fragile with whatever he says, right? Now, I'm not saying, well, let me just tell you what I am saying. What I mean by you being fragile is you listen and you don't react, right? You need to express gratitude and appreciation for him being open, for him being honest. And the reason why is because of this. If that's not who he naturally is, if being transparent and being open in the area of communication, if that's not who he naturally is and what he naturally does, then if you are not intentional with how you navigate that conversation and you just react and you really just go over what he said and just come from a place of emotions and feelings back to him, you could have just messed yourself up from experiencing any future opportunities of him being open and honest and transparent with you, right? And that's just how men are, right? If men are naturally open, honest, and transparent, if they do choose to take that risk and step out, because that's a risk to them, right? If a man does choose to do that and you don't navigate that situation properly, you might have to wait another year, 2 years, 5 years for him to even be transparent again, because when he did step out before, you didn't navigate that situation properly. And now he's back to being closed off, because what you just did is affirm the limiting belief that she don't really care about my feelings. They don't really matter, right? And so you want to make sure that you handle that situation, fragility, from a posture of fragility. I think fragility is the word, but just in a fragile way, right? Because don't get it twisted, like, men have feelings too, right? And just how as women, right, a lot of times your feelings and emotions are fragile, which is why you are transparent. But hey, we have to be cautious and intentional about how we navigate it. The same thing goes for you, all right, ladies? So if you are in a relationship, desire a relationship, and you want a man to be transparent with you, you have to be a safe space. You have to show him that you have the qualities and the characteristics of being a safe space. Two, you got to let him know, hey, babes, I want you to talk to me. I want you to be transparent with me. I want you to be open and honest with me, right? But then thirdly, when he is being open and honest and transparent, you want to make sure that you're listening. You want to make sure that you're processing, and you want to make sure that you navigate that situation, that conversation, from a posture of fragility. I'm going to say it like that, all right? So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I hope it served you, bless you. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, topics that you would like me to hit on, go ahead and write them things in the description box below, and I will get back to you with a video. All right. Also, if you don't follow me on all social media platforms, I'm at TheCarringtonBrown. And last but not least, August 20th, right? Once again, One with Nature Walk, Dallas, Texas. We'd love to have you. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal, productive day. Peace out.